what else can somebody do in a spreadsheet tool like Excel or perhaps Google Sheets? So I'm actually I don't know if this is going to be controversial for you, but I'm a Google Sheets person as opposed to an
Oh,
Excel person. Yeah.
do you know Ben Collins?
I don't know Ben Collins.
Okay, you should be friends with Ben Collins. He's fantastic. He's a great Google Sheets instructor. Just Google Ben L. Collins, and likely if anybody here has Googled like how to do blah 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 in Google Sheets, you've likely come across Ben's blog. He's excellent. He consults to Google on like how to use Google Sheets. He's that good. So
Oh,
you guys
wow.
should be friends. I know you'd hit it off. I'm not
That's cool.
anti Google. I just like spreadsheets. Google Sheets, Excel, they're very similar. Way back in the day, my dad's an economist, so he would teach me spreadsheets in elementary
Oh,
school
yeah.
in the 90s. I'd be like, let's go kick a soccer ball in the backyard. And he's like, I'm going to show you this spreadsheet thing in Lotus 123, which apparently is still
Mm.
around, but that's a spreadsheet program.
Mhm.
All the spreadsheets are pretty similar. Um, Oh, cool things. Okay, I wonder if this is popular in Sheets. This is a newish Excel feature that I just encountered
Yeah.
about a week ago.
You
You
can do the Excel stuff. That's great.
can you do the
I think
image function in Google Sheets? Is that a
I don't
thing
know.
yet? It might
I don't know,
be.
but just tell them to put it in Excel, and then people can look up the Ben Collins post or whatever and see if they can do it in Google Sheets too.
Yeah,
Let's
see
leverage
if it's
yeah.
available.
Let's figure out this cool new thing you can do in Excel.
So I was working on a dashboard automation project last weekend on Sunday, as I told you before we started recording. I was supposed to
Mhm.
have a month to take all of these responses and get them ready for this big foundation board meeting. But as it happens on every project, there were all these delays and, I had like
Mhm.
4 working days. So I needed to use a Sunday and like these things happen. I wasn't going to not get the dashboards ready for their board meeting. Like this was
Mhm.
the agenda on the board meeting. So, um but it was a dashboard automation project, so they had different grants and grant making areas and each one had to have their own dashboard, which the old way of doing that, this is how people maybe not so old. I still see people doing this. They make one dashboard and then they like copy and paste those graphs into a new sheet and they manually fill in the data. And they copy and paste, they like manually fill in the data. And there are so many faster ways to do that. I set up one template in Excel and then I either
Mhm.
use Excel slicers, which are just filters really, or you can set up drop down menus in Excel. So you select the name of the dashboard you need, like grant making area A, grant making area B, et cetera. And then it automatically behind the scenes, all the formulas are tallying themselves and the charts are making themselves. So, long story short, I had to make all these different dashboards and I wanted them to each have their own logo on them. So they each had their own branding. The old way of doing things would have been that you can't automate it. You used to have to go to insert, image, select the JPEG or the PNG from your file, which means you can't automate it. Like you're adding in all this manual work. I mean, it's not that like, oh, heaven forbid we have to go insert image, but it's still a little bit of work where you could make a typo. So I was Googling, last Sunday night, like how to make this faster. And apparently Microsoft released this thing called the image function just in August 2022. You have to download, what's the official name? It's a beta version of Excel,
Mm.
like a beta community tester. It takes less than 60 seconds to download it. And then you get all these beta features, which is pretty cool because there are likely other things beyond the image function that I don't even know about yet. And
Mhm.
you basically say equals image. You open up your parentheses just like you would a normal formula. There are maybe 3 or 4 pieces you have to fill in, and you pull in from a URL. So these dashboards are all like for things that have websites. So I put in the URL to the image file. You can write alt text. So it's like grant making area A logo, like just saying what it is. It was so cool. So then you can select the name of the drop down menu and the logo automatically appears and is
Mhm.
linked. And it just blows my mind that these things are possible and such massive time savers and typo eliminators for us as well.
Cool.
Hopefully, people
Alright.
listening get a kick out of that because I was fascinated about this being invented.
Yeah, that sounds useful. So you could use this image function to then have the standard Excel equal sign thing to bring in something from a specific URL and then
Mhm.
include that in, say, one of these drop down menus that you have that enable you to create charts much more quickly than if you were to try to be copying and pasting into new sheets.
Yep. Absolutely.
Cool.
Because my goal is that the woman working at the foundation, when she does this dashboard quarterly, I just want her to open up Excel. She's gonna select the name of the dashboard she wants, and that's it. She doesn't have to do
Nice.
any data cleaning. She doesn't have to check for duplicates. She doesn't have to recode birth date into age range to feed into a histogram. Like that's all happening behind the scenes. She doesn't have to select the logo. She doesn't have to change font colors. The takeaway sentences get written for her with concatenation, saying like this dashboard shows these many grants in this time period. If people don't know what concatenation is, please Google that. Those are amazing techniques that save me
Yeah,
so
yeah,
much
yeah.
time all the time.